from Aspen Commons Family Resource Network again. This is our last in the series of sensory videos, so I'm happy to have you back. Today we're actually going to do the sense of taste and the sense of smell all together because they are so interconnected. It seemed to make sense to do them all in one. But first of all, I found a really cool activity that we can isolate taste quite a bit from smell. So we're going to start with that. What we're going to do is you need some sugar and you need some salt and a couple of containers that are contrasting color to white. So whatever you've got, these are what I could find. So what we're going to do is don't show your children that they're sugar and salt, especially if they're old enough to be aware of what those look like before, and don't use the words. So before they come in to the room or to the activity, put some sugar in one container, some salt in another container, and they look very similar even to me, and I know the differences. So what we do is then they can come in and they can try to figure out what the difference is. You want to make sure they wash their hands first, and if you're going to do this with more than one child, have enough bowls so everybody has their own bowl, especially during this time, but actually all the time, to keep those germs to themselves. So what we're going to do is ask them some questions, and this is where we can work on some new words for them. They can learn the words sweet, salty, new, unfamiliar, maybe depending if you use something else, bitter, sour, spicy, and we can also just talk in general. So ask them what's similar about these things. So do you think these are the same? How can we tell? They're both white. They're both powder. What do they smell like? They don't smell like anything. So ask your kids, how do you think we can tell the difference? And eventually you'll get to that they could taste them. And the cool thing about this is it seems to me that unless you have really sharp eyes, the only way to tell the difference is to taste. So get them to lick their finger and just touch and taste and touch and taste, and they'll be able to figure out, hopefully, one is sweet and one is salty, and learn that the sense of taste all by itself can help them learn things. Another thing very similar, again, you have to set this up before they come in the room. So this is just water. So put a little bit of water. And of course, this is vinegar. Little bit of vinegar. It's going to look exactly the same. You can show them similar questions. Do they look the same? How do we tell the difference? I wouldn't encourage them to smell because we're still working on taste. And then they can just do the same thing. Taste it. One's water, one is vinegar. So think of anything that you can think of in your house that's safe for children to taste that looks kind of the same. You can cut up an apple and a pear without the peel. You could do cheeses that are both white, that sort of thing. Anything so that they can learn that just taste alone can help them learn things. So that's the sense of taste. I am just going to get rid of these powders because I only have a certain amount of small dishes in my house. And now we're going to work on the sense of smell. The two are, like I said, really interconnected. So this is going to help them understand the sense of smell, but I've also chosen all things that are safe to eat. So if you want to do taste and smell at the same time, you can. So you will need as many little dishes as you have items. I have chosen pepper, cinnamon, cilantro, and lemon. And you'll also need something to cover their eyes. I was reading some children respond much better to having a toque pulled down over their eyes than a blindfold, but feel free to use a blindfold. Or if your child just doesn't like it at all, they can just close their eyes really tight. So again, what we're going to do is set this up before they come into the room. Put some pepper, some cinnamon. This is most definitely one of my favorite smells. scents. Some lemon, I've already sliced that up. And cilantro, which has a pretty strong scent. And adds us something visual to look at too, because they're going to want to see at the end. So I have my big helper again, because we don't have a little person in our house, and he's just going to show us how this will work. Some of the words we're hoping he will learn as he guesses what these smell like. Strong is a good word to learn. Pleasant, similar to, so they might be able to say, well, that's similar to or smells like grandma's cookies. That type of thing. Fruity, that kind of thing. So my helper's going to come in and show us how it's done.
Hello.
Thanks, Sean.
Welcome.
So we're going to cover his eyes. Explain that we're going to use only the sense of smell today, okay, Sean? So his eyes are covered, and we're going to ask him to smell and tell us what he smells and try and guess. Here's the first one.
Smells kind of fruity.
Fruity?
It's kind of strong.
Any guesses?
Doesn't smell sweetish like an orange, so I think maybe something like a lemon, maybe?
Oh, that's a really good guess. You got it. What we're going to do at the end, you'll get a chance to look at them all if you're not sure. Here's the next one. Okay, there you go.
That smells kind of sweet. Kind of smells like candy.
Wonder what that one is.
I would say maybe candy.
Okay, good guess. I'm going to let you see them all at the end so that you can see. Okay, here's another one.
It kind of smells kind of earthy.
Earthy's
like
a good
outside.
word.
Like kind of not soil, but earthy. Like a vegetable-y smell.
Good guess. And then one more, and you can do as many as you like. Here we go.
That one's a little harder to smell.
Maybe we need to add some more.
Okay, that made a difference. Yeah, it's kind of actually strong now. Well, I think that actually might be like pepper that you have with food.
Good guess. You're right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let Sean use his eyes and all his other senses. And because they're edible, he can taste them to see what they are. And they can enjoy them, touch them, taste them.
Cinnamon. Like
we'll
candy.
Explain the real words. So cinnamon, cilantro, pepper, and lemon.
I like cilantro.
You do.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. So there you go. Just a simple thing that I just pulled what we have in our kitchen. Some other ideas that I was thinking was you could do coffee, you could do a slice of onion, which is really, really fragrant, might make your eyes water. And you could also choose to do things that you can't eat. So you could do shampoo, lotion, flowers from your garden. White glue has a smell. Lots of things that you could do if you're not doing taste and smell at the same time. But I kind of like that they can open their eyes and use as many senses as they can to explore these new things. So that's taste and smell, some words, some fun things to do with little bits of things in your kitchen. And like I said, this is the last one. So we talked about in this series 7 senses. So we did the 5. We did taste, smell, touch, hearing, and sight. I hope you did the neighborhood walk. That was just a post, but could be lots of fun during this time. And then the other 2 that we did are called proprioception, which is helping children and all of us to know where our bodies are in space. And we did balance, a fun obstacle course that Sean helped us with too, called the vestibular sense, and part of the vestibular sense is balance. So if you haven't had a chance to look at all those things, take a look, maybe revisit if your kids really like them. We learned a song, and way back at the first introduction we talked about how using sensory experiences really helps to build your kids' brains, helps them to learn language, helps them to learn lots of different things while they're learning their senses. So really important to build all those senses into your day. And I think it was actually really fun. I hope your kids liked it and gave you something interesting to do with things around your house. So thanks for tuning in. Look forward to maybe seeing you in person. Take care.